The stories you've never heard.
Who did Suzanne Hill famously slap?
The jokes behind the jokes.
What would happen if I did a great big fart?
For the first time ever on Ash, Lachie, and Susie O'Neill.
That Chando just peed a pants.
We go behind the laughter.
Producers Podcast, it's halfway through the week, and Alicia and I are just laughing at a woman being described as human Barocca on the on morning show television.
Very good.
It's the
I'm
best
laughing at that, and I'm also trying to figure out if this microphone's been broken since
Oh, no.
Are you blaming?
Or if it's
Oh,
always
you
Are
been
you blaming
like
our
this.
new newsreader, Kendall Gilding, for
I'm
breaking
not blaming anyone. I'm just speculating when this happened.
it? She's casting aspersions,
Oh.
Lachie. Casting aspersions.
Already, what is this? You know, a new female comes into the show. You feel
What happened to the
insecure.
sisterhood?
Yeah, what happened to
Whoa!
the sisterhood?
Like crabs in a bucket, just
Whoa!
pulling each other down.
I know.
Who said that?
Take
Well-
over the world if they work together.
We do, and I love Kendall. She's been very lovely.
No,
Oh,
it has
well.
been- she has been a lovely treat, and Lachie has been on best behaviour this
Oh,
week. I know we joke
really
about it, but he
has.
really
No.
has.
It's actually almost alarming.
It
just how
kind of is.
just how his behavior is different, and it's usually during the I guess the songs is where it's most evident. On air he's still Lutzy.
Yeah, we had a very loose meeting after the show today, and I'm like, I could feel that the 3 hours of good behaviour Lutzy had ended.
Yeah.
And Kendall's like, what happened there? I'm like, oh no, you got the synthesized version for about 3
Yeah.
hours. I feel for Ash. Ash for 28 years on air together, which is a crazy fact. When we did the maths this morning, it must be very jarring for poor Ashley.
He's like, who is this man?
Where's my little buddy gone? I love when he calls him little buddy. It's really cute. It's really cute.
They are
It's
really
actually really
cute.
cute.
Actually,
As I said, we're a couple of days left the show before break. We'll all still be around. Lockie's found out he's got a bit more on than he intended, and you can take as many little breaks. The term brain break got brought up this morning in a meeting, and I didn't know what this was. So
Look,
can someone explain it to me?
Well, look, me and Lockie sit with adjacent desks, and Buzz was walking past, and he happened to see Lockie just on his phone. He's like, "Oh, Lockie, what you do?" You know, a bit of a joke. So, "What are you doing, Lockie?" And Lockie's, "Oh, I'm just having a brain break," and it just
Totally fine.
has erupted into this thing. Like again, Buzz said that at the time. He's like, "Yeah, cool, you do you, man." But now it's a thing that we're always just like, "Oh, Lockie needs a brain break."
See, I'm very attached from you. Where me and Mitch sit, we're quite far away from Buzz
You
and you
are,
guys,
yeah.
so we can have a little bit more freedom in our area, and we're not under quite as much surveillance.
No, well, I guess it comes from. Do you know where I've worked out where it's come from? It's my wife is a primary school teacher. She teaches preps, and quite often in primary schools now they're doing brain breaks for the kids, giving them
idea.
an
That
opportunity
is awesome.
just to switch off from the learning that they're doing, have a fun little game,
And
do
again,
something.
I think if you hadn't have used that term, we wouldn't be teasing you this much. But there's something about the term brain break.
I'm not teasing you at all. I'm in full support of it.
And I knew that you'd be in full support
Mainly
of me, Nick.
because I know, because I
Nick
can't really.
always needs brain breaks.
Okay, I'm built a bit differently.
Yeah.
I'm more of a mental sprinter than a marathon runner. So I go hard for 20 minutes and then I break for 50. And then mental power lifter.
Yeah.
But I think Lachie caught me on one of my brain breaks the other day.
Oh no! What were you doing?
Well, it's also the time where you tend to always seem to manage to text me when I don't
Me?
want to be to you.
Oh.
Decided to have. I'm quite regular, and
Okay.
and sometimes there's a room in our building where I
it the
can sometimes
bathroom?
go and it's very quiet. And I can just sit on my
it
phone
your
for a bit.
shitting time?
It is it's exactly that. It's exactly that. And I'm a creature of habit. I've got my same cubicle, but sometimes even like I might be in there long enough that the light goes off.
Yeah.
The 10
No.
minutes. And do you know what? That is absolute bliss because it's a quiet room
Yeah.
and it's borderline meditative. Years ago, I've said this on the podcast before. They used to have a meditation room. It's
they?
where
Yeah.
Shout Communications is now. That used to be a meditation room.
I'm
They
sure
took-
those girls wouldn't
they-
mind though if you went in there just to meditate. They'd probably love it.
Oh, I'll actually try it actually. But anyway, so that's my new place, and I heard Lachie come in.
They took away my meditation room, so now I sit on the toilet.
Yeah,
in
but I was al-
cubicle two.
But I was also doing my business in there. So
Cubicle
that's-
one.
No.
Cubicle one,
Yeah,
I'd say.
cubicle one. But yes, I heard Lachie come in because I heard him speak to whoever else was in there, and Lachie just must have realised this after a while. And sure enough, he's been however long there, quiet, and I work out that he's the only other person in here, but there's been no acknowledgement of one
Yeah.
another. I think I'm hidden. Sure enough, just as he walks out the door, I hear this. All right, see you back there, Nick. I'm like, damn it!
That's really
Do you know
good.
what? Do you know what it is though? There are two people, at least in the past year, who use that cubicle as an escape. One of them no longer works here. The other one is you, Nick. So I know that if you're gone for any stretch of time, you're either down grabbing some tuna and some veggies,
Yep.
or like a
Hot chicken. It's
a hot
always
chicken.
No, financial crisis, Alicia.
Yeah.
Hot chicken was the
Yeah.
first thing to go.
Yeah. So he's now doing tuna.
Sorry. So I just realised how sad it is. The image of like middle class poverty is something I can now no longer afford.
No.
So
Anyway,
that's where I'm-
right?
anyway,
So he's either down getting tuna and veggies.
that's
to,
like a 10.
to
That's
cook
like
in
a 10:30 walk or something like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Or he's sitting in the bathroom, sitting there,
I'm long finished. At that
waiting
point.
waiting for the lights to turn off. It's almost like
That's
those,
how I know I've been there too long.
those. Have you ever done one of those like desensitized rooms where you float
Yeah,
in
float
water?
tanks. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but I really want to do one of those.
They are really quickly. They are great. Do not fall asleep in them though, because then you have too much energy for them. You're
Oh,
awake,
okay.
and then I'm sort of swimming around like an otter or a seal, just like trying to like
Yeah.
flip around and have fun. Also, don't have a small cut on your hand, because God, that stings.
My wife did one. She didn't rate it. She was too.
It's not for
like,
everyone.
I feel like it would be too much for me. Like too much. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not for everyone.
Yeah, but is that the equivalent for you in the men's bathroom? Just
Yeah.
waiting for
On-
the
on-
lights
Does
to
your
turn
butt
off?
go numb sitting on the
Oh
toilet
yeah,
for that
yeah.
long?
Actually, it has. It
Yeah.
has on a couple of occasions, but it's look, it's
He
just,
gets up with a bruise.
it's my required time, but it's actually quite nice.
Porcelain throne for Nick.
Do it on company time.
Yeah.
Don't do it on your own time. Do it on company time.
Look, there's a fair bit that we probably could get to today, but Dave Ferrier,
Yeah.
who was on the show on this podcast
Dave
a
Ferrier's
couple of
out
weeks
there
ago.
tapping his watch, waiting to get into
Oh,
the
you're part of the
studio.
secret soccer cabal.
Yes, he is. Game tomorrow. You coming along, Nick?
I just have to get through this practice game tonight. I
Yeah,
told you. I want to
okay.
play. I want to play.
But he's tapping his watch because I think he's doing a shift in Perth today. He's filling in
He
Perth.
has mastered time travel. It's truly incredible.
So look, maybe we'll shelve the stuff that I wanted to chat. We can chat about it on Friday, or maybe
No,
next
we'll
week.
hold on to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's just drop it all together. Lockie never brings anything good.
You bought your first
Are you
notes
serious?
ever the other day.
Are you serious,
I'm
Alicia?
arguing about for my man Lachie right now.
Oh, we can sort this out. We can sort this out.
Oh,
off
yeah,
air.
I'll sort this out. So
but-
the listener doesn't need to hear this.
Hey, look, little quick producers podcast to get you through your Wednesday.
There we go. To keep the momentum going, guys. You're doing great.
Bye.